Attempting to perform energized work on a 4000 amp, 480 volt switchboard presents an unacceptable risk. Several critical points need to be considered. Firstly, the IEE Standard 1584-2018, which is the IEE Guide for Performing Arc Flash Risk Assessments, provides a detailed methodology for assessing arc flash hazards. This guide helps in establishing appropriate safety measures based on a thorough evaluation of the risks involved. Ignoring this standard can lead to inadequate safety protocols and increased danger. Secondly, the EPRI Arc Flash Hazard Analysis Guide for Power Systems offers comprehensive guidance on analyzing arc flash hazard. It includes a detailed examination of energized work scenarios highlighting the potential dangers and necessary precautions. Failing to adhere to this guide can result in overlooking critical safety measures. Thirdly, the National Electrical Contractors Association, (ONECA) Standard 480.1 explicitly prohibits working on energized equipment above 50 volts unless specific precautions are implemented to prevent contact with live parts. This standard underscores the importance of de-energizing equipment whenever possible to minimize risk. Fourthly, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, or IBU, Safety Rule 8 mandates the de-energization of equipment before any work is performed. Exceptions are only allowed under specific circumstances where de-energization is not feasible, and even then, stringent safety measures must be in place. Disregarding this rule puts workers at significant risk. Beyond these specific standards and guidelines, several additional arguments support the prohibition of energized work. The potential for serious injury or fatality is a primary concern. Arc flashes can cause severe burns, blindness, and even death. These incidents not only harm individuals but also result in significant downtime and financial losses for the company. Furthermore, attempting to perform energized work on a high-voltage switchboard is a direct violation of established industry standards and regulations. These standards are in place to protect workers and ensure safe working conditions. Ignoring them can lead to legal repercussions and damage the company's reputation. Another critical point is the inherent difficulty in fully mitigating the risks of energized work. While personal protective equipment, or PPE, and insulation can provide some protection, they cannot guarantee complete safety against arc flashes. The best way to ensure safety is to de-energize the equipment whenever possible. The increased liability associated with energized work is also a significant concern. Employers who allow such work without proper precautions may face increased liability in the event of an incident. This can result in costly lawsuits and damage the company's financial stability. Finally, a serious electrical accident can severely damage the company's reputation, leading to lost business and a decline in public trust. Maintaining a safe working environment is essential for preserving the company's image and ensuring long-term success. In conclusion, allowing energized work on a 4000 amp 480 volt switchboard is reckless and irresponsible. It poses a significant risk to worker safety, violates industry standards and regulations, and can have dire consequences for the company. Prioritizing safety and refusing to perform such work unless it is absolutely necessary and all appropriate precautions have been taken is crucial. Before any work is considered, a comprehensive risk assessment must be conducted. This assessment should identify all potential hazards and determine the appropriate safety measures to mitigate those risks. This includes identifying the arc flash boundary and ensuring that all workers within that boundary are wearing the appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE. The PPE must be rated to withstand the potential arc flash energy levels. This information can be found by reading the equipment's nameplate and consulting the manufacturer's specifications. A detailed job safety analysis, or JSA, should be performed before any work begins. The JSA should outline the steps involved in a task, identify potential hazards at each step, and specify the control measures to be implemented. All workers involved in the task should participate in the JSA and understand their roles and responsibilities. Lockout-tagout procedures must be strictly followed to ensure that the equipment is energized and cannot be accidentally re-energized while work is in progress. This involves disconnecting the power source, applying locks and tags to the disconnect switch, and verifying that the equipment is de-energized before starting work. Qualified electrical workers who have received specific training in energized work practices and safety procedures must perform any necessary energized work. These workers must be knowledgeable about the hazards involved and the proper techniques for mitigating those hazards. A dedicated safety observer should be present during all energized work. The safety observer's sole responsibility is to monitor the work and ensure that all safety procedures are followed. The safety observer should have the authority to stop the work if any unsafe conditions are observed. Regular safety meetings should be conducted to discuss potential hazards and reinforce safety procedures. These meetings provide an opportunity for workers to share their concerns and learn from each other's experiences. All workers should be encouraged to report any potential hazards or unsafe conditions without fear of reprisal. A strong safety culture is essential for preventing accidents and injuries. Employers must demonstrate a commitment to safety by providing adequate resources, training, and support to workers. Workers must also take personal responsibility for their own safety and the safety of their co-workers. Emergency response procedures should be in place to address any potential incidents, such as arc flashes or electrical shocks. These procedures should include instructions for contacting emergency services, providing first aid, and evacuating the area. Regular drills should be conducted to ensure that workers are familiar with the emergency response procedures. Reviewing past incidents and near misses is crucial to identifying areas for improvement and preventing future accidents. A thorough investigation should be conducted after any incident to determine the root cause and implement corrective actions. Safety procedures should be continuously updated and improved based on the latest industry standards and best practices. This includes incorporating new technologies and techniques that can enhance safety and reduce risk. Finally, remember that prioritizing safety is not just a matter of compliance with regulations, it is a moral imperative. Employers have a responsibility to protect their workers from harm, and workers have a right to a safe working environment. By working together to create a strong safety culture, we can prevent accidents, save lives, and ensure a productive and healthy workforce. To further reinforce the importance of avoiding energized work, consider the potential consequences of an arc flash incident. An arc flash is a dangerous electrical explosion that can occur when there is a fault in an electrical system. It produces intense heat, bright light, and a pressure wave that can cause severe injuries or even death. The heat from an arc flash can reach temperatures of up to 35,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 4 times hotter than the surface of the sun. This intense heat can cause severe burns to the skin, eyes, and respiratory system. The bright light from an arc flash can cause temporary or permanent blindness. The pressure wave from an arc flash can throw workers across a room, causing broken bones and other injuries. In addition to the physical injuries, arc flash incidents can also have significant psychological effects on workers. Survivors may experience post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression. The financial costs of an arc flash incident can also be substantial. These costs can include medical expenses, lost wages, property damage, and legal fees. In some cases, arc flash incidents can result in fatalities, which can lead to even greater financial losses. Given the potential consequences of an arc flash incident, it is clear that energized work should be avoided whenever possible. By de-energizing equipment before starting work, we can significantly reduce the risk of an arc flash and protect workers from harm. If energized work is absolutely necessary, then it must be performed in accordance with strict safety procedures. This includes wearing appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, using insulated tools, and maintaining a safe working distance from energized parts. It also requires having a dedicated safety observer present to monitor the work and ensure that all safety procedures are followed. Remember, safety is always the top priority. By taking the necessary precautions, we can protect ourselves and our coworkers from the hazards of energized work. Refusing to compromise on safety is not just a matter of following the rules, it is a matter of life and death. A comprehensive electrical safety program should include regular training for all employees who work with or around electrical equipment. This training should cover topics such as electrical hazards, safe work practices, personal protective equipment, and emergency response procedures. Training should be provided both initially and on a recurring basis to ensure that employees stay up to date on the latest safety information. Regular inspections of electrical equipment and systems are also essential for identifying potential hazards and ensuring that equipment is in good working order. These inspections should be conducted by qualified personnel and should include a thorough examination of all components, including wiring, connections, and protective devices. Any deficiencies identified during inspections should be promptly corrected. A robust lockout-tagout program is critical for preventing accidental energization of equipment during maintenance or repair work. This program should include detailed procedures for energizing equipment, applying locks and tags to disconnect switches, and verifying that the equipment is de-energized before starting work. All employees who perform lockout-tagout procedures should be properly trained and authorized. The use of appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, is essential for protecting workers from electrical hazards. PPE should be selected based on the potential hazards and should include items such as insulated gloves, safety glasses, and arc-rated clothing. PPE should be properly maintained and inspected regularly to ensure that it is in good working condition. A well-defined arc flash hazard analysis program is necessary for determining the potential arc flash hazards associated with electrical equipment. This analysis should include calculations of the incident energy levels at various locations and should be used to determine the appropriate PPE requirements. The arc flash hazard analysis should be updated regularly to reflect any changes in the electrical system. A comprehensive electrical safety program should also include procedures for investigating electrical incidents and near misses. These investigations should be conducted to determine the root cause of the incident and to identify any corrective actions that can be taken to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. The results of these investigations should be shared with all employees to promote learning and improve safety. Communication is a critical component of any electrical safety program. Employees should be encouraged to report any potential hazards or unsafe conditions to their supervisors or safety personnel. Open communication can help to identify and address potential problems before they lead to incidents. Management commitment is essential for the success of any electrical safety program. Management should demonstrate a strong commitment to safety by providing the resources and support necessary to implement and maintain the program. Management should also actively participate in safety activities and should hold employees accountable for following safety procedures. Remember, electrical safety is a shared responsibility. By working together, we can create a safe working environment for all employees. Ignoring safety guidelines and procedures can have devastating consequences. It is not worth risking your life or the lives of others for the sake of expediency or cost savings. Always prioritize safety and never compromise on your commitment to a safe working environment. The consequences of an electrical incident can be life-altering, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to prevent such incidents from occurring.